This is Marcelo Borges with Western Computer, and today I'm going to be showing you all the features that we can achieve with Business Central and Power Automate. Microsoft has been integrating Power Automate more and more into Business Central, and I'm going to try to show you today four of the different type flows that we have when we connect Power Automate and Business Central, okay? The different flow types that we can have between Power Automate and Business Central are four: automated flows, approval flows, schedule flows, and instant flows. Automated flows are based on business events, such as releasing a sales order, blocking a customer. You can create flows that will trigger specific events in case those business events happen. Approval flows are an update to Business Central out of box approval flows. So if you're familiar with Business Central workflows, you're going to see that approval flows work very similarly, but they have a few more capabilities. Schedule flows are flows that you're going to set up on a scheduler. Okay, you're going to see from the Power Automate homepage that you can set up a scheduler, and then you can have these flows running in the background on a timely manner. And instant flows, these are the nicest ones because this is actually something you can trigger from within BC as a button on the action bar, on the ribbon, at the top. I'm going to be showing those to you as well, okay? Let's get started with automated flows. Well, let's get started with showing you how Power Automate is integrated in Business Central. So let's take a look and go to the customer list. If we go here on the three dots, more options, automate, you're going to see this option that says Power Automate. If it says something like get more with Power Automate, it means that your system hasn't been set up for Power Automate yet, and then you need to talk to your system administrator. But if everything has been set up already and you do have the licenses to work with it, then you're going to see something like my menu here, okay? Power Automate. Now you can see that from here you can create an automated flow, you can create an action based on a flow, or you can just manage your flows. Manage your flows will take you to the home page of Power Automate. Okay, I'm gonna take here my demo user. And when you get here, you will see that Power Automate is gonna take you to the home of your flows. Okay, so you can see some of the ones that I'm gonna demo to you today. All right, let's start with automated flows. Automated flows, they are driven by business events. And for example, let's say I set it up that whenever a sales order is released, okay, whenever a sales order is released, I'm going to get an email notification about that. So first of all, let me show you how that's going to work in Business Central. Let's go into sales orders. And let's go ahead and release one order here. Let's hit release. The sales order has been released. Now it's going to take a little while for me to get my notification on the email, but I should get it shortly. In the meantime, that I wait for that notification, let me show you what it does. Okay, I go here to my Power Automate flow and I'll hit edit. And you will see there is this event when an action is performed. I'm saying find records. Basically, I'm saying, hey, go and grab the details of that sales order and then send an email with that information for me. Okay, let's see if I got that already. Not sure if I got that. Not showing that yet. We're going to get to that later when I get the notification. But this is as basic as this, okay? So these are the automated flows. I'm going to show you the email notification shortly. Approval flows. So if you are familiar with Business Central flows, we can go here into workflows. And you will see here that this is where we keep Business Central workflows out of box. Now you're going to see that on top of the standard workflows that we also have a Power Automate source, meaning that I have an item approval workflow set up on Power Automate. Okay, so I'm going to show you how my flow is working in Power Automate. My flow is the following. Let's exit this. Let's go back to my flows here. Okay, request approval for Business Central item. It's gonna look a little challenging at first because it has a little bit of actions in it. But basically what it says is, hey, whenever an item approval is requested, let's block the item and let's set an email for approval. Then we're going to wait on that approval to be either approved or rejected. Okay? If it's approved, I'm going to send an email and I'm going to unblock the item. If it's rejected, I'm going to send an email with the rejection and I'm not going to unblock the item. So let's go into my item list. Let's say I have this item here, Athens Mobile Table. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to change this name from table to pedestal. And I want to request an approval for this, okay? I'm not the inventory manager, so I want somebody to go and review my workflow. So now I've sent this for approval. First thing, remember, my workflow said that the item should be blocked. So if I press F5 here to refresh, you will see that my item has been blocked now, okay? This was done outside of Business Central. This was not done with the Business Central extension. Now what's going to happen next, I'm going to get an email. So the approval workflow process is going to be triggered, and I'm going to get an email requesting for approval. And there you go. I probably just got this. Actually, no, I got the first one that says that my order has been released. Okay, so this is the email showing the Business Central approval, the business events workflow for my sales order being released. But now I'm waiting for that approval workflow to hit my inbox. Okay, I'm gonna wait a few more seconds here. All right, I just got an email with my item approval request. If you see here, this is way more advanced than Business Central out of box because you will see now that I have a lot of information. I have a link to the item. Oh, let me take a look at this item here. Let's see where it takes me. Because I can I can look over this item and take a quick review, see if everything is good. All right, Business Central loaded the item for me. I can see here. I don't have an easy way of seeing what was changed, but I can just review the whole item card again. And once I'm done with the approval, I can right from here say approve or reject. Look, I'm inside my email. I'm not inside Business Central, and I can approve the workflow from inside my email. So I'm gonna go ahead and approve this, okay? And then I can enter comments. I can say this item is looking good. Thank you. And I'll submit that. Okay? And now you can see on my email that this has been approved. So my action has been completed. I don't need to do anything about it anymore. If I go back into my items list now, I'm going to press F5. The item is still blocked. Let's wait. There you go. My item is now unblocked. This means that the process has been finished. Okay? And because I was the user requesting this, I also got an email notification saying, hey, an approval request has been approved. And there's also the comments in it. That's because I'm wearing multiple hats here. I'm asking for approval and I'm approving myself. That's why I got such an email. Okay, but that's something you can get out of the approval flows with Power Automate. The third one, schedule flows. Let me show you here my list of flows. Let's go back to home. And you see here that I have this one, customers changed last day. It's this icon with a little clock here, okay? And the type says scheduled. So basically this one says, go back into my Business Central database, okay? Find records where the last modified date was in the last 24 hours. And if I find any customers under that situation, send an email for me, please. Okay? So let's go and run that flow. I'm running this manually, but of course this is going to be on a scheduler. But I'm just running this for you to see how it's going to go. And I'm probably not going to get anything because I don't think I changed anything in the last 24 hours. But now I'm going to go into Business Central and I'm going to change from trade research to trade researches, for example. Okay, just a silly change. And let's go into Power Automate again and let's run that process. Run flow, done. And let's see if I'm gonna get my email. There you go. Customers change in the last 24 hours. Hi, it seems a few customers have changed in the last 24 hours, and the customer number and the customer name. Okay, this was the schedule flows. And now the instant flows, this is the one that I like a lot because you can actually trigger this from within BC. So let's take a look at my customer list. Let me show this in a list view. And let's say I want to block this customer Alpine Sky. I created an instant flow in Power Automate, and you can see that it creates something for me here, this block customer and notify, because I created this automate flow to be inside Business Central. Okay, I did this without any modifications, by the way. This is done all using Power Automate. So I'm gonna go ahead and say block customer and notify. It's gonna start a little pane here on the right hand side. All right, after the pane is loaded, I can select what is the blocked status, and I'm gonna say ship only, and give a reason why this customer has been blocked. We are having payment issues at this time. Please hold back any pending shipments. All right, and I'm gonna run the flow, and your flow runs successfully. Done. Okay. What I'm gonna get out of this is an email notification. So if you see here, transactions blocked, this is an automatic notification from Business Central. Okay, customer name, what is the block status, and the reason that I put there. We are having payment issues at this time. Please hold back any pending shipments. All right. The last thing I wanted to show, so I cover all the Power Automate flow types. Now, the only thing I wanted to show is that, these flows, they can get pretty comprehensive and maybe a little challenging for some people who are not very familiar with creating flows. So if you see that request approval flow that I showed earlier, you will look at this and you're going to be very intimidated, right? Because there are so many steps to it. But do not be intimidated by it because Business Central is offering templates for you. So let's go ahead here into Automate, Power Automate, and I'm going to say create an automated flow. BC is going to bring me a list of templates. And that's how I created that workflow approval there. I didn't create all that by myself. I did add a few steps. For example, I did add the block myself, like to block an item and to unblock the item, just to show you the flexibility. But even if you don't want to do any of those flexible things, you can still search for the templates that Business Central is offering you so that you can have something that doesn't need to be from scratch. Okay, so some of my templates here on the customer list: notify on a Teams channel when the customer is blocked, notify on a Teams channel when a certain sales order is released, when a purchase receipt is posted. You see, there's a lot of integration with Office, there's a lot of integration with Teams. I only showed you email notifications because I don't have Teams set up for this demo account, but there are tons of possibilities you can reach with Business Central and Power Automate. Okay, I hope this video gave you some insight of the things you can do. I hope you explore more. And if you have any questions, please contact us at Western Computer. Okay, thank you so much.